They're both moving closer and not looking at each other.
That energy.
Ooh. They feel it. Oh.
That's like second base in that time.
That's totally second base.
Action. Hey YouTube, it's Natasha.
I'm Anisha.
Ramon.
I'm Zachary.
I'm Lucy.
And this is Actors Watching Actors. If you couldn't tell from the title, we're all actors, and on this channel, we watch actors, aka we react to and review TV shows and films. Today, we'll be reacting to Bridgerton, Season 1, Episode 3, Art of the Swoon, directed by Tom Verica and written by Lila Kohan-Miko. But before we get into that, be sure to give this video a like, leave a comment below, share it with your friends and family, and if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. If you'd like to further support the channel and gain access to early and uncut reactions, including Bridgerton, be sure to join our Patreon. The link is in the description box. Alright, any thoughts or predictions about this episode before we get into it?
Swoon. What is swoon? Is it like an old 18th century?
It's like-
Okay.
He's gonna swoon her and then he's gonna be like, I made a mistake.
Oh, or in the last episode, like he was getting swooned
It
by
seemed
her.
like there was some
True.
stuff happening.
There was definitely some energy there, some chemistry.
But then she's like, I need a husband.
Yeah, then he was like,
Good.
let's find you a husband.
Yeah.
So maybe he's gonna teach her how to get a husband.
I don't know. She seems very what's the word? Like knowledgeable. Like she don't need help. She understands.
Promiscuous? No.
Oh no, that's quite the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's just like smart. She's very smart.
Yeah, she's
I don't know if she,
strategic.
I don't yeah.
She's like,
Like the way that she talks to her brother and everything, she's very like
Like she knew when she told me, if I were to have told you, you wouldn't have believed me because I'm a woman.
or even at the end when she was talking to Simon about like the like it's this or like just let me know you're out now because now I have to take this into my own hands.
Oh,
So
maybe she is gonna swoon him. Maybe she's gonna play him. Play the fiddle.
you're gonna be like Miss Bridgerton.
They're gonna be wanting her.
Bridgerton.
Simon has many swoon qualities, so it could be about him. But maybe it'll be a flip and be.
It's so weird, like because like I was saying last episode, he's like so like cocky and it's like annoying, but it's like but there's some charm there.
Yeah, but and then he has that point to where he gets like kind of in his head, and he'll like like it'll be it discourage him from being the best that he wants to be.
It's his trauma.
You know,
Like we were saying last episode, with mommy and daddy issues.
Did they have therapy back then? I don't know.
Probably. I mean, in the 80s, therapy was like looked on like, ugh. So back in the 1800s, I'm sure it was like,
therapy or die. No, I'm kidding.
Pretty much. And as an actor, like I liked how like he's playing that. Like he didn't go too far to being tough. Still picked up a charm, but he wasn't trying to be charming or facade or anything like that. He kept he's keeping his performance really grounded.
oh yeah, for sure. It's like a fine line, and he's like walking it nicely. Yeah.
As an actor, that's impressive.
I'm glad he didn't overdo the stutter in the as an adult, because I would have been so mad. It was like good.
Yeah, it was a nice subtle, like you can tell it's like kind of when he like
He's unsure of
yeah. Which is a nice little touch.
I like it.
Okay. Any other thoughts or predictions before we watch the episode?
No.
No? Okay. All right, let's get into Season 1, Episode 3 of Bridgerton, Art of the Swoon.
These dresses are killing me though. They're killing me because I hate how the bottom looks. Like they just all look pregnant. I didn't want to say it last episode.
Oh, scandalous! Is this?
It's a dream?
I'm like, I know. I was like,
Naked hand.
Oh, you can't have those.
He's probably having this dream about her.
Oh, they're all gone.
It's only them.
It's
A dip.
He's head over heels. One of them are head over heels.
Yeah, he's starting to develop feelings. Ooh.
It's her.
I wish it was him now.
Daphne Bridgerton apparently rejected not one, not two, but 3 proposals already this month. She, like this author, is still waiting on the only suitor of note.
Here we are.
Come on.
Our plan has worked thus far, but we must continue our ruse until I found my match.
I like her character a lot.
Penelope?
Yes.
You're looking for a love letter for Christmas marriage.
And how long does it take for a letter to arrive from Spain?
Sir George is at the front line. It must be terribly difficult to get letters in and out. You must be patient.
Penelope Featherington, what did I tell you about cavorting with the expectant?
It's been in here for ages, Mama.
Out.
Aww.
You are to re-enter society at once and find yourself a husband.
I do not want
What you want became immaterial long ago. You shall wed, and you shall do it as soon as possible.
Daphne, have you thought about with whom you would like to dance at tonight's ball?
I have some ideas. Lord Weaver is a fine dancer.
What about the Duke?
The Duke has not proposed, Mama. I am still considering my best course.
Wise girl.
My dear, why ever do you complicate matters so? You must simply marry the man who feels like your dearest friend.
Oh, is that it, Mama? Well, how very simple indeed.
Yes, right.
Mama knows best if we haven't learned that already.
She's like, oh, the Duke feels like
Y'all know this one? This song?
I'm trying to put my finger on it. Sounds so familiar. It's killing me.
What is it?
Is my general
I think it was
ready
him,
for
right?
battle?
But it's Billie Eilish.
That true?
Thank
I
you.
suspect you
Bad guy?
best protection
Yes.
of the packs of
bad
ambitious
guy.
Ah!
Miss Bridgerton,
Lord Weaver.
I was wondering if you might do me the honor of a dance tonight.
Must I share your attention with every moon-eyed dandy, Miss Bridgerton?
Only the charming ones who grace. A jealous suitor. Well done. Someone is angling for a promotion in rank.
Aw, they're flirting.
Tell me, my lord, do you prefer the city or the country?
I suppose I've never thought of it.
I do hope you are not too spellbound to chat, Charlie.
Did you know I purchased my first land down when I left Oxford? I've acquired 2 more since. I keep them at my ancestral home.
Oh, this is the boastful one.
My family and I are exceptionally close.
How wonderful, Lord Tompkins. I'm quite the same with my own.
After I marry, in fact, my mother will resign with me and my new bride.
Oh.
And how did you find our eligible bachelors?
I must confess, I felt more chemistry when being fitted at the modiste.
The prince.
She could
You do
soon.
not even know him.
They do not need to know me.
Besides the fact he is a queen. Watches Miss Cab below her eyes. Oh, so demure. Now she will look up at him ever so quickly, and then allow her fan to slowly sweep across his bosom, before casting her eyes back upon the ground, for one is much too timid to ever meet His Royal Highness's piercing gaze.
I do believe you just told Miss Cowper that her gown is exquisite.
Do you think so?
He is here to tell every lady the very same thing. So lovely to meet you, Miss Bridgerton. Your gown, it is exquisite.
Oh,
That was entirely your fault.
What makes such a terribly unbecoming sound while laughing? Well, now you're just making it look
Oh,
easy.
they're smitten. They like each other.
Hello? The shop was closed. Bloody hell, say. You're scared of my wits.
So she has a fake French accent
Yeah.
for like drawing business.
I shall. You and I make our own way in the world.
That we do. Which is why I shall find myself a wealthy, sensible gentleman to keep in high fashion. One who will never break his word.
Or prevent you from
No,
marrying
no.
nasty cats.
Yeah.
Run home.
That's a bit high.
Your sister family. And where might you find such a paragon of dishonor?
Let's show some restraint. Restraint, I fear, is not among your Featherington skills. It's gambling. You seem to have done it, Bridgerton. Done what?
proved you remain capable of laughing again in my presence.
You can't fault me for being doubtful of your attentions.
You are respectful, and yet I know you have no intention of marriage. Has that changed? I cannot claim so. And whatever could your intentions be? Respectful. I can leave it there.
Don't worry about it.
Excuse me.
You look exceedingly familiar to me, my lord. Might I've seen you at the opera? I performed there.
Do you? I've often wondered what plays in one's mind when an aria is performed.
Might I entice you to take in one of my performances sometime soon? Perhaps tomorrow night?
Candy can't sleep.
She has her frustrated.
Yeah.
hot and frustrated, girl.
Bothered.
Yeah, that's the saying. Hot and bothered.
Could not sleep. I thought a bit of warm milk might help matters. Would you like to join me? We should light it.
Excellent idea.
don't know
That's
how.
one too.
Go on.
Me?
Cold milk, then.
Yeah. The privilege.
Do you know the reason he is so opposed to marriage? He is your closest friend. Surely you must know things.
The Duke grew up quite differently than us, though. In all the 20 years I've known him, he's not mentioned his certain family even once. He spent his entire life alone.
How very sad.
He prefers it that way. You must simply know some people are not meant to be together. No matter how much we might wish otherwise.
Aw.
Prince Friedrich of Prussia.
Friedrich.
His Highness has come to our shores in want of a fine Fraulein. Could this be the reason a certain language tutor has been seen visiting Calcutta?
That girl every episode.
Yeah, he's trying to get beat up.
Old time pick me.
No, for real.
Miss Mary Eggleston, she's meant to be quite the read.
Were I looking for a list of debutantes and their dubious accomplishments, I could have stayed home and read Lady Whistledown.
I wish we had a lady whistle down because I like her.
Would you not agree? It is terribly
It's just called tabloids, shade room.
It's like,
Lord Middlethorpe, you simply must meet Miss Marina Thompson, a distant cousin of my husband's.
Miss Thompson, the pleasure is mine.
Entirely.
Marina, now is not time for nervy.
I believe now to be the perfect time.
Miss Thompson?
I certainly was not addressing you. You clearly do not understand the gravity of your situation. That will need to change.
Given the quality, I do wonder whether the piece was not skied with the other daubs.
Perhaps we should ask the artist.
Well, that would be something, Lady Danbury.
Mr. Granville, why was your piece not skied?
Diabolical. How could you let me rattle on like that?
Could I not, my dear Mr. Bridgerton? It was righteously funny, you must admit.
Miss Bridgerton,
She's peeved.
Your Highness,
I was hoping to see you today.
were you?
Yes, it seems the art is not the only beautiful thing on display at present.
Aww. Are you enjoying your time here in London?
It has always been one of my favorite cities. I think you would love the music of Vienna. Miss Bridgerton?
You should make your rounds, Your Highness. I believe there is a gaggle of young ladies waiting for your favour.
Dismissed.
You said, what is this?
A gaggle of young ladies.
But I think he likes it, like, hard to get.
Thursday.
You are receiving glowing reviews from Whistledown. Did you see?
I did. Excessive pride suits you, Miss Bridgerton.
Why does a senior Grace?
One of the lesser sins, do not worry. You must all start somewhere.
You are not half as shocking as you think you are. This one is yours too.
You sound surprised.
Suppose I am. Just not at all like the others you donated, is it?
It is not. This one is a favourite of my mother's. I have never understood why.
It reminds me of waking up in the country. I look outside the window and it is serene. As if I could be the only person left in the world, and yet somehow I am not lonely. I am comforted. This one is intimate.
They're both moving closer and not looking at each other.
That energy.
Ooh, they feel it.
That's like second base in that time.
That's totally second base. Did you just touch my hand?
Crest swooned. Prince Friedrich.
Oh my.
The famous swoon. Just 6 seconds, we got to plug in.
Oh, Art of the Swoon.
Yeah. It would be her.
Shall I set course for the opera, Your Grace? We need to make haste if you still plan to attend this evening.
No. It's no time to let the set.
No, Saya.
Poor tree girl, though. She can't get a man.
She might never get a man.
Not everyone has fallen victim to the royal fever sweeping through London town. One diamond in particular seems quite immune, making this author wonder if the crown has lost its luster.
Damn.
I know what this insolent woman insinuates.
Miss Bridgerton is a delightful young lady, to be sure. But if this gossip sheet is correct, then her heart is already spoken for.
You are a prince. Charm her.
She gets what she wants.
Oh, enough, I beg of you.
Aww.
But perhaps you should join me. Are you need to be proficient on the pianoforte soon enough? Could use the practice, I'm sure.
On second thought, continue. You will frighten away the Duke, the Prince, and any other eligible suitor clear across the North Sea.
And you would wish that upon me, would you, sister?
To get Mama's attention focused on you instead of me, I might.
You never see things from my perspective. You are not the only one with troubles, Eloise. You have no idea what it...
If you need to practice, then do so. Just come up with a name for it at least.
Slumbers. She's taking her to get an abortion?
Why have you brought me here? Because I wanted you to see your future firsthand. Should you refuse to follow my instructions? You must have me mistaken for one of your soft-handed daughters, ma'am. It's terribly presumptuous of you to think that a visit to this neighbourhood full of good, hard-working people who happen to be less fortunate than yourself would ever sway me to change my mind.
Look at the children then. Look. Go on. What my dear lad do you have to say about them?
I have a man who loves me.
Oh, is that so? Well, where is he then? Why is he not here? Has he written back to you? Ever since informing him? Sweet child. Many men make declarations of love when they want to make love. But rare is the man whose love remains true when the consequences of lovemaking caught his attention.
It's like terrible people have points sometimes.
And so, Anthony Bridgerton, serious vanity is, let a farm animal into your dormitory. Why ever would you put up with such pranks?
He was my friend.
My mother told me something curious the other day. That one should marry your mysterious friend.
He's just going to marry your brother.
No, must be other things that hold the troop together.
My word. Well, because we're trying to organise a militia.
What I mean is, there are other things. Physical. Or perhaps intangible.
Yes, of course there's lots of marriage. Physical and intangible. Both.
Both. But how can something be both physical and intangible when they are indeed quite the opposite?
You will know when you know.
What does that even mean?
I cannot tell you.
I thought we were friends.
Daphne.
Simon, tell me.
What happens between the husband and the wife? Well, is a natural continuation of what happens at night.
At night. What happens at night?
I love it.
When you touch yourself. You do touch yourself.
Her eyes.
You are young. You can touch yourself to your legs. And when you find a feeling you particularly enjoy, you can carry on with that until the feeling grows. And then eventually you reach the pinnacle for release. And that should help you.
Yeah. And that should help you come.
Oh my god.
I like
I
that.
demand to know, was all this time you were spending with Miss Bridgerton leading anywhere?
Can it not really be time well spent?
She loses her chance of such an extraordinary match simply because she's too wrapped up in your charms. Well then, she would be a fool. And I would never forgive you your carelessness.
Miss Bridgerton's far from a fool.
Then you are just being cruel. And you both know I taught you better than that.
Call them out.
Yeah.
Got to.
The women in the show, man.
Smoke versus milk.
It must be so very difficult to want something and not be able to get it. If you enjoy drawing but need practice, then practice. Hire a drawing master. It is either sun and the moon. All you have to do is go out and shoot at the sky. Some of us cannot. Look no further than Lady Whistledown. She possesses a huge talent for writing, and yet she must hide away and publish under a false name. You're a man, therefore you have everything. You're able to do whatever you want. So do it.
Snaps.
Be bold.
Snaps.
Louise? Are you Lady Whistledown?
I was just about to say
You're an
that.
accomplished writer. Was scribbling in that diary of yours, and you certainly know everyone else's business.
No. Though if it were, do you honestly think that I'd admit it?
So they're just sprinkling of who's whispering.
No.
At night.
When you're not sleeping.
Like Innocence
You
of the
don't
White
have-
Rose.
No, don't. Listen to that scoundrel.
She found the melody.
Yeah, she's a new woman now.
More passionately.
How lovely.
Oh, that double entendre. That double entendre.
They're hilarious.
So,
with
I was
this. They
thinking
got it going on.
about us doing something different. I would say
It's a little
ice skating
dirty
on-
show.
Yes,
It's
but
dirty.
perhaps the two of
I
us.
shall not be joining you today, Miss Bridgerton.
Uh-oh.
Nor tomorrow. Nor any longer for that matter. Arrangement has succeeded, Miss Bridgerton.
Calling me.
It is these very circumstances that
What are you doing?
prove our ruse should hereby need to end.
Have I done something wrong?
Because he's not going to marry you.
This is about our conversation yesterday.
I apologize for that.
There's no need to apologize.
Your brother was correct.
I thought you and I were friends.
We were never friends. I do not believe there could be a more ridiculous notion than that of us ever being friends. We were comedians.
Well, he ain't got a gutter like that.
His
Dang.
clothes went back to dark.
Like, that was just
He looks
rude.
sad and sing.
Yeah, she would just be longing if he didn't.
Yeah.
Miss Bridgerton.
That's so cruel, though.
Uh-oh.
Did he go to the
He's gonna hook
opera?
up with her. I want a happy ending for her too. She's saved.
Gentleman is here for you.
Uh-oh. Is it a creepy old man or is it... Whoa.
Didn't expect
What
that.
do I owe this unexpected visit? Surprising as it may be to you, I do not sit here merely waiting for your visits. I have plans of my own to attend.
The Duke.
My affairs are no longer your concern, sir. The Duke has not called on me. And I'm not consorting with any friend of yours. You are only here because you are
I'm not here
jealous.
because I'm jealous.
Goodbye, my lord.
I'm here because I miss you. How glad to be.
Your position in life remains unchanged. You have made me promises before, and like a fool believed them. I cannot be your fool again.
Wow.
I'm happy for her. She should know.
Yeah, I'm glad she stood up and told him that's why.
Got to.
A letter from Spain, it must be from Sir George, who's written back to you.
He's like, getting married, peace out, bye.
Oh, what does he say?
He pretends there was nothing between us.
Wow.
What do you mean?
He says in his eyes that he had no part in it.
Wow. That's not how it works. Dang.
It would seem our efforts were not in vain.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it is Christ's example.
Wow.
And so with certainty, he will not be coming to collect her.
Wow.
She was going to learn the truth about men one way or another, Barbie.
Oh, I don't like this woman.
What is right?
Right? It's like just because that's your reality.
She's protected.
Ah, Lady Bridgerton.
Lady Campbell.
I must say, it is a good thing Daphne is so taken by the Duke.
Well, thank you.
Hester would never have a hope with the prince if your Daphne went for him. We all know my darling might have the fortune, but it is your Daphne who has the face.
You can put that dress away, Rose.
We're not attending the ball this evening.
No, we are. But I shall wear the white and silver instead. And my hair, will you do it just the way you like, with the circlet of jewels and flowers?
Of course, you look perfect.
Good. This is what they want.
Will you be joining us at tonight's ball, Anthony?
I have accepted the invitation.
Perhaps you might cast your eye over this list before the event. 14 single, eligible young ladies, all from excellent families. Lady Leaworth, Elvis Smith.
I shall consider your suggestions. Thank you.
The time. Just checking your father's old watch when I called you. Yes. It is lovely early.
It's 1:45.
It's quite late indeed. At any rate, do let me know who I should introduce you to, my dear. Time, as we both know, is certainly of the essence.
Way to tie that in.
Wonder what was like the average age of death.
Yeah, like
30.
Like they're halfway to death, probably.
Right? It's like you're ancient, buddy. He's like 22.
Yeah.
You have been rather reserved all evening, Your Grace.
I have decided to leave England earlier than expected.
Yep.
Are you feeling all right, dearest?
She's killed everything inside of her.
All eyes on her.
She's working.
Right? Her book.
Yeah.
Going through all the chapters. Ooh, she mad.
Yeah, she looks pissed.
Not renewed.
Every woman looks scared for her man. Like, ah.
Miss Bridgerton, I simply must have your first dance.
It would be an honor, Your Highness.
Period.
Art of the Swoon.
Period.
He is mad.
Could it be true? The season's diamond, even more precious. The Duke of Hastings, I hear, was left looking rather tongue-tied. As Miss Bridgerton seems to have finally grown tired of waiting for him to pose that all-important question.
Whoa.
She's seen them twerk.
They're getting their
Right?
faces.
She
in
dropping
the
it
puppets.
low.
Young Mrs. simply traded up.
18th century grind on.
Right?
Why settle for a duke when one can have a prince?
Oof.
But he,
Brava.
she wants a friend. Okay, so let's go into our closing thoughts. so that was season 1, episode 3 of Bridgerton. What did we think? Thoughts?
It was crazy. Like, in just one episode, like, she went through this very huge arc.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, because when we ended the second episode, we were like, oh, they're so cute. And now we're like, ugh.
Yeah, now she on to the next. Discovered herself in there.
Yeah.
Which I like the symbolism of like the white rose and like the innocence.
Yeah. Next to her bed as she defiles herself.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. And I feel like, he sort of had a part in that. And then so when he broke it off so coldly, it was like really, even though they didn't hook up in a way, sort of like
he was intertwined in it for sure.
Yeah. He gave
he was intertwined in her head and like gave her the instructions.
He was the one that even gave her the rose. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah, that's true. So she was like legit.
She was.
Yeah.
18th century first.
Yeah. Truly.
Right? I love that scene though when he's like telling her, like it's so like intimate and they're just like talking.
And she's like shocked, like her eyes are crazy.
Her eyes had me. Her eyes were telling the story.
Yeah.
It was so like
what next?
Captivating.
It was like when you first find out what it is, when you're a little kid and you're like, that's what happened?
Yeah. I mean, that was literally that moment for her.
He's like,
It wasn't
at
like that.
nighttime, she's like,
It was literally that.
I didn't even know you could even have a baby without being married.
Yeah.
So
It's like that time, how little they tell women.
There weren't textbooks.
Yeah.
Like, can they read? I don't know.
Yeah, right? Like they're so
Eloise.
sheltered. Yeah, they can read. Like they study, but they're not.
They don't have
Like
textbooks
Eloise
with
said,
that
they're
kind
not
of
going
stuff.
to school. Like she's not allowed to.
There's no anatomy.
Yeah. It was obvious she wants to be with him when she kept being like, "You make friends, right?" And when she's like, "Mom said that you should marry your friend."
Oh, yeah.
So I was
I
like,
forgot
she
about
kept
that.
saying that, like, "I want to marry you."
We're friends, right?
And
Remember,
he's like,
Mama?
"We're not friends."
Oh, yeah.
And like you were saying, it is cruel, but like, yeah, it's.
he had to do it.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, he didn't have to, but like,
We could have just married.
he feels like he's in a predicament where he can't because of the
He's like,
vow
I
he
made
made
a
to his
vow.
dad. So he's like,
It's his honor,
Yeah.
pride, or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, okay,
It's the pride of
be
it. It's the
miserable to get back at your dad. That sounds fine.
right?
Yeah.
Like torture yourself
Exactly. Like he already made you feel that way. How many years, and you're gonna keep?
and it's
letting
like
him?
he's not gonna know.
I
He's
know.
dead.
You're giving him power by making yourself miserable.
Mhm.
If anything, you already had the last laugh.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
told him it's dying with me, and,
And
then he
you
died.
Yeah.
And then things happen.
Life.
Life goes on.
What's the saying? Tell God your plans and watch him laugh.
Yeah. And anyway, like, who knows? Maybe he'll get with her, and then they only have girls, and then there is no heir. So
Right?
it works.
That's
still.
true. Yeah.
I think he wants the whole bloodline. Then.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
said
like, yeah.
no more
He's like,
Hastings.
I will not marry, never marry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. I still think there's more with Miss Bridgerton and the Duke.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I feel like it's not rest.
I don't know. They said what they say. Why settle for a dupe when you can have a prince?
Yeah, they said it. That was tea.
So she learned the art of the swoon.
Oh,
Like that episode
she
said.
showed us.
Yeah, it
She
was-
showed us the art of the swoon.
Yeah,
She said, "This is how you do it, baby."
No, she always talks and makes fun, like, oh, they do this, they do that,
Mhm.
but dang, she's a master. She could give master classes.
Right?
Yeah.
Had the prince kneeling at her feet.
Well, yeah, she took her man. He walked off.
He said bye.
He was like, look. Excuse me.
That's gonna cause drama for the next episode, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I don't know. That girl was like stepping on people's feet. and
Right? Like she's been B word every single
It's
episode.
gonna be an I, Tanya situation. She takes her out somehow.
Oh.
She's planning.
She's like Daphne
Yeah.
Bridgerton.
She just disappears now.
It's like, wow, this show got dark.
Very dark.
Oh, any updated thoughts on Whistledown?
Of course.
Okay, so
I definitely think now it's the sister because, like, as we listen to Whistledown, it's just she always talks about like the Duke and Mrs. Bridgerton, and Mrs. Bridgerton, and I'm like, truly, she is the one that knows the most because she's always there reading her little book, writing her little whatever, and listening to her sister, play this piano and talk about what's going on. So I do now think it possibly could be her sister.
Would she talk so poorly about her sister though? Because there were parts where like Lady Whistledown says like, oh, that no one came to her, and seems like, there's no suitors for her.
Look, possibly that could be the...
Well, and she does say, like, because her sister asked, she was like, would you, when they were having the argument at the piano, and she was like, would you want so bad for me? And she was like, possibly, if it makes Mom focus on you and not me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But does she really seem like the type that would write about gossip when all she is talking about is, like, women empowerment and all of that?
But she's like, at the end, she was like, she's an accomplished writer. Maybe she's
in disguise.
This is all I can.
Yeah.
She's in disguise. She does, like no one knows who Lady Whistledown is.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're doing all this, but no one knows. So
yeah,
it's not like, I don't know. It's like your alias type.
Yeah, it's like people with social media. Like when they're behind a screen name, they can troll.
Yeah,
but if you see them in real life, they're not gonna. There's gonna be very different energy.
Straight up. No, seriously.
So 1800 social media.
Yes, totally.
They're bringing modern day into. I don't know. Yeah, so I do think it possibly could be. I don't know.
Oh, and then the Marina situation.
That makes me so mad. I was about to say, I'm like, before we leave, we have to talk about what that woman did.
Oh, what were we gonna call her?
I was like, no, I was just gonna say, I call her evil stepmother because she just has that vibe. Like, I don't even know her name. Feathering?
Lady Featherington.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that, like, in her, like, not to defend her or anything, but that's how she grew up, and that's her view of, men. Like,
not to defend her, but to defend.
Yeah, that's all she really knows. I'm sure she didn't marry for love, like her daughter said.
Yeah, like her husband's trash,
I hope he does come back and just prove her wrong that not all men are trash.
Yeah.
I just want her to get what's coming to her because that was cruel.
Yeah.
Like, she should not have done that. And I already knew that she did that because I was like, all of a sudden, now, she got a letter,
As soon as you tell her now.
Now all of a sudden, and, I already knew she did that. Like, she's gonna get her karma because, that was just trash. Horrible.
Yeah, that was so.
Hated it.
Okay, what about Anthony and Sienna?
Oh, yeah. Oh, also, I love how we've just adopted calling her Tree Girl.
I like Tree Girl.
You mean Tree Girl?
I should definitely put him in his place.
Yes. She got the power, and she's like,
And she should though, because like he is really downplaying her. She's beautiful. She really wants, to be with him, and she makes that very, very known to him. And he is just exactly what he doesn't want for his sister, and he is just trash for that.
Yep.
Because it's like he listened to his mom in the first episode, and then an episode after he's like, oh, but I miss you, knowing that he can't really commit to
and then he's gonna try to just have her once again, like
he's saying anything to try to get her to do it, but he didn't know that she was empowered by her singing that night.
Yeah, she's stuck into her own. I'm proud of her. I really hope they don't, get back into cahoots with each other because I'm not a fan of him and her together. She might end up with the prince. I don't know because it seems like
Natasha's mentioned something like, I don't know. I think
there's just
no way above her pay grade.
With the queen involved, there's
true. The queen said, who? No, you don't even look in her direction.
Truly.
Yep.
Good episode. No way to tie things together. I kind of want to know a little more about the brother, but I'm guessing they're dragging that out.
Anthony?
Anthony.
So you'll learn a lot about him.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think we covered it.
Yeah. Okay, that's all we got. That was our reaction interview of Season 1, Episode 3 of Bridgerton, Art of the Swoon. We hope you enjoyed watching with us and that you'll join us for more. Before we get out of here, don't forget to give this video a like, leave a comment, share it with your friends and family, and if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you'd like to further support the channel and gain access to early and uncut reactions, be sure to join our Patreon. The link will be in the description box. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.